everyone. Happy 2024. It's January 1st today. I know that this video probably won't come out until, I don't know, maybe another week. It depends. Chris has a lot of videos to upload, so I just wanted to do a quick tutorial on, this necklace here of the pieces and gemstones that are in the Gemstone Orphanage subscription box, which is from the homestrungjewelry.com and their video on YouTube as well. So I will leave that link again if you have not seen the unboxing, because Steve and Debbie does a great job. So with the one that I had received, this is an agate, and I got it in the heart shape, but I already added, as you can see, it's already the heart shape. I've already added the bail to it, and these things are registered. All the stones are registered, and they do name them. This one is Anera. It is a Welsh name, and it means very snowy. And so with this, I am just going to make something, just this beautiful, I don't want to call it Winter Wonderland. I think that we're kind of Winter Wonderland out, but because the colors with this would look just absolutely gorgeous. And so this is something I would make no matter what time of the year it is. So I am not going to put a title on it. It just simply is a gorgeous necklace with these gorgeous colors. And it is a January box. So we have some opalite here. And these are faceted heart in the heart shape. Okay. And so I'm going to be using those. I have some of these are my Austrian 4mm. I will be using that because I love the AB effect on there. It just gives it an absolute beautiful flash and sparkle. I have some 8x6mm of the rondelles here. They are faceted. They're just the glass crystal. And this is also more of the opalite gemstone that came in the orphanage box subscription. And they're just the oval shape here. And they do have some rondelles in there of the gold and the silver. They do have the gold and silver findings. So because of the other video, if you'd seen the other video, excuse me, the other video, and then you'll know that they have both the gold and silver findings. So there's much to play with here. I'm so excited about that. And these rondelles I like because they are a scalloped shape rather than straight across. And I did already wash and seal those. So I'm excited about that. These here, I don't know if you could see right here, and I will bring them closer. I am going to use 4 of those. But these are actually white topaz gemstone. And in the unboxing on Steve and Debbie's channel, which is the Homestrung Jewelry channel, they do talk about these, okay? And so I am going to be using 4 of those, and these are 4mm. Okay, and I think this is a 14mm lobster claw stainless steel, I believe this is. And the reason why I'm going to be using this is clearly it will be stronger to hold the necklace because of the weight of the gemstone here. Even though the magnet one that I was going to use, it's beautiful. However, I don't want to take a chance of it coming apart because something may get caught on my necklace and just pull it apart and this thing will go flying. I wouldn't want to take that chance. So I am going to use that clasp. And I have some clamshells here, some of the crimping beads, and I do have my stainless steel surgical grade, certainly 304 stainless steel grade jump rings. And I have 16 3/4 inch here of the Coriana chain. And I do have that link that I will always leave at the bottom in the description box. That list that I have is growing, and it will continue to grow and provide you with whatever it is that I use and hopefully make it easier for you to find and purchase them if you like. I do not have any affiliation. I just want you to be able to have some stuff that I think you might be interested in having. I feel that they are good quality, and hopefully you will find some too. And hopefully nobody gets stiffed, and that you are going to be purchasing exactly what it is that's in that link. I've had that happen to me before, where they made a claim as to it being something, and then I ended up with something completely different, and they made a false claim on the product. So don't blame me for that one. I just know that I have gotten good quality stuff, and that is the link that I'm going to share with you all. All right, so let's begin this, and I'll move some of the stuff out of the way, and we'll get started. All right, so I want to start with putting on one of the clamshells here at the end. So I'm going to take one of the, oops, move that over here. I'm going to take one of these crimp beads, actually I'm going to have to take this and put it through here. Let's see if we can get it in a little bit closer. Sorry, I think I just need to squeeze that a little. Okay, it's a little frayed at the end here. I can't seem to pick this thing up. All right, let's try this again. What in the world? Things are so tiny. Okay, I'm going to get that on there, and I'm going to grab onto it. Make sure that it's straight. And I'll bring it to the end. And then I'm going to go ahead and squish. And I think I'll snip that just a little bit. Okay. And I want to just make sure that it's really on there. Okay, now I can take the clamshell from here. And then just bring it up. We'll go in from this side here. Just make sure that that's sitting right in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and close that. And just to make sure it's closed. And if you think that you need to just kind of tap it shut a little bit. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and get the beads on. So I already laid it out the way that I want it to be laid out. Okay. So I'm just going to start from this end, and both sides are the same, so I'm just going to make sure that I get this on first, and then I'll do the other side off camera, okay? It's very simple. I just think these colors are so pretty together. So here's the white topaz. Sorry, I'm not so talkative today. It's just, I don't know, I guess I'm feeling a little tired. Had worked 12 hours each day last week, so yeah, it's a lot of work. You know, there was some downtime because it's kind of slow, but still. All right, so this is one of my favorite bead caps here. That's the one that looks like it's got little diamonds in there. My fingers just don't want to work. I might not even do this whole side on camera. So, of course, when I'm off camera, I can go through these no problem. Let's see. So I hope everybody is starting their new year, you know, with really some awesome planning and, you know, some New Year's resolution, as most people will do. And if you have decided on something, you know, I definitely wish you blessings in that endeavor. Sorry, keep hitting the camera. There's very little space here. All right, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this all together here, and then when I get to the the agate stone here, then I'll come back. And this is the lineup that I have. I just think it's really pretty. And that is where the clamshell's at. All right, so from here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this jump ring and I'm going to make sure that it's closed really well, because this is what's going to hang on the chain. And our gemstone here. And where did it go? Here it is. So I'm going to go ahead and close that. That is what I'm going to slip on here. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do now is go and add these on here. So I'm going to start down here. And as you can see, I put one of, this is a regular, I don't know, it's a 5mm bicone right there. That's to kind of keep it there in place. I didn't want the opalite up against that jump ring, so I wanted to have a little bit of space, but I used a 5mm that actually came in the bargain bead box. So I'm using that to kind of put a little space between the jump ring and the opalite gemstone. And so we'll go from here. Oops, I gotta add this side, this 5mm, because as you can see, it's bigger. It's just slightly bigger than my my other 4mm here. So it's probably about 4.2mm. It's maybe not quite 5mm. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and start adding on this side. So I'm doing 3 in between my beads of my Austrian crystals here, my bicones. This side's going a lot faster. All right, so what I'm going to do is just finish it off, off camera, and then I'll be back to do the clasp. I just love this opalite. It is absolutely a stunning gemstone. I absolutely love it. All right, so let me get those on and I'll be right back. All right, and here it is. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll finish off the end. And that will be that for today. And I do want to show you one of the other ones that I made with the kind of the same colors here. And yeah, so I'm sure I'll have a couple more tutorials, maybe another tutorial on this subscription box. I just think they're so pretty, and I think what I'll do is I'll definitely be incorporating some of my other stuff. There is many things to work with in this box that it's just going to be so fun to work with. And again, I will leave all the links that you will need if you have not signed up for the subscription box. Steve and Debbie are working very hard to fulfill all those that are on the waiting list. So, you know, just have a little bit of patience because they've only done this a few times. So they are very new at making the subscription boxes, but they have done such a fantastic job with curating a beautiful box. So I just want to let you know that if you do decide to sign up, please just be patient, and it'll be worth the wait. Absolutely. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put that towards the end there. Give it a squash. Make sure it's really squashed in there. Oops. And I'm going to bring this up here. I want to make sure that they are facing the same way. Okay. I'm going to actually flip this around. There we go. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and close that. And then I'm gonna okay, so that's closed. Now I'm going to take a jump ring here. This is the one that I just received from the Agate. They are super okay, I just lost it. Here it is. Super sturdy. And I got the thick ones of the 4mm here. Because I do have the other ones, but again, this is I wanted to get the thicker gauge compared to my other ones. They're a little bit thinner. They are sturdy, but these are super sturdy because of any heavy gemstones. I do not want to take any kind of chances whatsoever. So this is going to be my right side. I am right-handed, so this is where the clasp is going to go. And I want to make sure that I get this the right way. Hold on one second. Okay, sorry, I had to pause that for a second because I wanted to turn it around to make sure that I have this on the right side. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that. And I just don't seem to have my death grip anymore. I'm going to have to open this a little bit to get around that. I think I might have to add another jump ring because this is very thick here, so I'm not quite sure if there'll be enough room in the 4mm, but let me just check it out. Oh, that's fine. It goes in just fine. And Now I'm going to go ahead and close that up. Beautiful. And now I can do that here. Take the small one, my 4mm, and then I'm going to take a 6mm and attach that here. And I'll just double check to make sure that that's closed properly. Actually, let me put this on here first. And then I'll add that. All right, now I just want to double check to make sure this is closed properly. And it looks good. All right, so, and I'm not going to crimp it with anything because, again, I don't want any pressure on any of my gemstones here. And I'll put that on my bust for you so you can see on my jewelry bust or necklace bust, whatever you want to call it. And so you don't need anything, you don't need all this craziness going on here. And so this is what we have here. And I just think it is so, so stunning. Let's come in a little bit closer. And you could just see all that beautiful sparkle that's in there. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the other piece that I made, and we'll end it with a precious word, and I'll be right back. All right, so before I finish showing you the other necklace and finishing off with the precious word of the day, I did want to show you the other stuff that I forgot to bring up in my other video as to my finished pieces. And there are, I think there's only like 2 in here that I actually did after, so I will include those as well. So this here, these are so adorable. These are little gingerbread men cookies or whatever, and these came in that orphanage, Gemstone Orphanage, and they are just so cute. I want to really bring in this to see the detail. Just so cute. And so yeah, let me just I could not believe when I got these. Look at how cute. Look at, they got little cubic zirconia in their eyes, and they got little buttons. They got looks like a bow tie right there. There's some AB finish on it. This is lamp work, by the way. That whoever did this did such a phenomenal job, and it's double-sided. Look at that. Perfection, absolute perfection. Nothing is crooked or out of the way, but these are so pretty. So yeah, I just made cute little earrings out of that. I don't think that it needed anything more than that. And while I was also at work on my downtime, I made a couple more bracelets that I forgot to show. So this one has some, this is our the check beads here, fire polished, and in between it looks like a fire polish, but that is a metal bead that came in a previous Gemstone Orphanage. And I just made an end. I added some leather to it with a shank button there. So I have that. This one is the from the bargain bead box. This is the fossil coral, and I just love the beautiful image, or not imagery, but just the natural characteristics that are in here are so pretty. And And I just used an 18 gauge wire, and I used my leather here and another shank button with the flowers on it and the hematite to end that off. I think these are just so pretty. And then I just made some more earrings here. Very simple but pretty. I used my studs that I have here. So they have the butterfly backing. And these were something I believe I got at Bead Box Bargains. I ordered a strand of those, and I think these were like my last two. So I decided to make some earrings from there. And I just love this color, that burnt orange or amber or whatever. These are check beads here. These came in a Sam's Bead Box a couple of years ago. So I decided to, they've just been sitting, I think they were in the Sam's Bead Box. If not, they came in the Dollar Bead Box subscription. And I decided to put them together in a bag because I knew I was going to do something with them one day, and then I just happened to find them. So I may have to flip this over because, as you can see, 1 2 3 1 2 3, or maybe I'll just leave it like that. But these are check beads, and this is a nice little twist, and that has that opalite look to it. So I thought that was pretty. Those colors go beautiful together. And this is just another variation of using the blue twist beads from the Bargain Bead Box. I actually took these from the Orphanage box and added these at the bottom. The other pair that I made that I showed you in my previous video had just bicones at the bottom. And so I just added these to the bottom just to give it some extra sparkle in there. I love sparkle. These here are check beads as well. They're like coin beads, but they have this beautiful texture in there. Give it that 3D effect. And so you can see that they have that same design. And so it's a little bit lighter on the other side. I just thought it looked beautiful with the gold. And just very simple. And I think that's it for the earrings. And then this one here is another one of those twist bracelets that I said I wanted to do. And I used the Opalite in the Gemstone Orphanage, the 6mm. And I used the 3mm Austrian crystals on each side of that, and absolutely gorgeous. I know that if I sell this, it's going to be pretty substantial. I actually went through each one of these twice. Normally you would go through it once, but I went through them twice, so this is very, very sturdy. And I just created a little loop here and used the 4mm there. And then I created with the 8mm, I created an end here, and I put one apatite there. And I thought that would just kind of give it this beautiful, just this beautiful, I love how the gemstone, the Opalite gemstone, is just absolutely gorgeous, and this sparkles like crazy, and it's just so pretty. So if I do sell it, it's, again, it'll be substantial. I just, if not, I won't be able to part with it. So yeah. So everyone, okay, so I'll get on with the other stuff and I'll be back. All right, so this is memory wire. And also within that subscription box, they gave us some of this plastic tubing. They gave us the end caps here that perfectly go right over that tubing. that you can put through the memory wire, and I just cut it into pieces to make it a little bit easier, and then just inserted beads in between the cut tube that I made. So it's this stuff right here, and I just kept slicing it into equal parts and put it around here, and then I just created, you know, a little design on each side. And then also there are these, I forgot what they call these, but they have 4 holes on each side. So you can sew with these, you can do bead weaving with them. You can, you know, just add, you know, some wire that I've added on here, as you can see, to just attach it to hang there. And this wiring that I have here, and it's actually chain that I used from my Danling. I believe I got these at Danling on Amazon. And basically what it is a sliding bracelet. So I just took the slider off and I cut them down into pieces here, and then added some of the components and beads and things that came in that subscription box. These are little metal beads. They're very light, and they have that stardust on them. So as you can see, they're absolutely gorgeous. And I just created a link for that with another Opalite gemstone. And here is another one of the Opalite gemstone here, the 4mm with the 8x6 rondelle in the blue. And that is the end of this little bracelet, slider bracelet. So you can, if you were to use this as a bracelet, you can just connect to either one of these ends here and then just slide it, however long you want it. So that's what I used. So, which is nice, because if you look at they're just little square links, very, very sturdy stainless steel. And so when I cut them apart, I was able to get the thinner 4mm jump rings in between that to hook onto it nice and neat. And so I did one on this side. They're not the same on each side. So as you can see, I have different things on each side, and one is just slightly longer than the other. And that's kind of how I like it. I'm still thinking I might add more to it. I don't know. I haven't decided, but I think I will, just to put a little bit more weight. I don't know, but I just think it's just so pretty, and it looks adorable on. And yeah, you don't have to struggle so hard. So you just basically open it up and wrap it around your neck and under your hair, and let those hang nicely in the front. And there you have it. So yeah, I probably might add a few more things to it. I'm not sure. If I do, I'll let you know. But I really like how you have the versatility of cutting up that plastic tubing into shorter pieces and to insert, this is actually Marchand jade, which is imitation jade, and I put those in between. So I just really think it's nice, and use those rondelles that are in there that have that AB finish on it. I just think that's cute. All right, everyone, so I'm going to get the purchase word of the day, and we'll end that in the tutorial for today. Okay, so today's purchase word is: be on your guard, stand firm in the faith, be courageous, be strong, do everything in love. And this is from 1 Corinthians chapter 16, excuse me, verses 13 through 14. So I do hope that you all have a very, very blessed new year. And I want to thank those who stood up for me during the times when I speak the gospel, because I am not ashamed of the gospel, because I, just like Jesus, want to bring you comfort, bring you love, and just words that will fill your soul with such joy. And if anybody is offended by that, just know that the offense is not because you're hearing the good news. It's because you believe in the false narrative, the lies of the world. And I pray that you will understand that gospel means good news, and the good news is things will be turned around and to be of righteousness and truth in this world. And that is something for all humanity to look forward to. So I love you all. God bless, and we will see you again. Bye-bye.